Welcome to the show. After the show, what happens right after the show? Cheers.
I'm less ill today.
You are less ill today. That's good.
Woohoo! Huzzah! We're doing it.
We are, dude. This is one of those where I can't tell if what we're like. Is the evidence telling us that it's a pre-Toy Story story, or do we just want it to be that so badly that we're like forcing it to fit?
I think we. The thing is that like they sort of had this story open to close,
right.
and like I think even while we were researching today's video, we found that like Toy Story opens with like the wallpaper clouds,
right,
and that pans down to the story, and Toy Story 3 literally ends with them on Bonnie's porch and then pans back up to the clouds,
right,
and like I feel like they that's on purpose.
Yeah,
they obviously have done something with this. Like
it's
the
like
clouds,
Lost, where Jack's eye opened and then it also was the closing.
Right. It's like it's very like open close. Everything lives in the middle of that.
Right.
So for this to be as emotional as everybody keeps talking about it as, I feel like one of two things is going to happen. Either I feel like we're right, or the emotion that's coming out of like Tom Hanks and Tim Allen's doing these lines has nothing to do with the story and more to do with the fact that they're closing the chapter on having played Buzz and Woody for the past 25 years.
Sure, but like they would have thought they did that already.
No, I know completely. Yeah.
The thing to me is that like Toy Story 1, 2, and 3, like Andy's not really a big character,
right?
But he's like also sort of the main character,
right?
You
like,
know,
the story revolves around Andy.
Right. Like yeah, the toys caring about Andy is what drives the plot,
right?
And it's just I don't really see them having this crazy, insane, emotional thing if it's Bonnie.
No, me either. Yeah, like it just doesn't seem like she is going to be able to provide just enough new whatever. Like it would seem like you've kind of got like the Andy story and then like also one extra about Bonnie.
Right.
Like
why would you do that?
Right. No, it doesn't make sense. I can't bring myself to believe that that's what it is. Also, I feel like Toy Story has gone through a lot, like just from the production side of things, where they literally wrote like a full movie, they shot the full movie, and then they scrapped 2/3 of it.
Right.
And then they like wrote it again. And I don't know how I feel about that. Like I can't imagine what is happening. On their end of the equation.
I can't either. And I think it just makes like what we came up with today feels I don't know. It feels like it makes sense to me because like the problem is if you want to do pre-Andy, you have to have a movie without Buzz, which you can't do. Like you have to have Woody and Buzz to be Toy Story.
Right.
Right. So like how do you like tell a story from the past while also stuff is happening in the present?
Right.
And I think like this to me would be like a really clever way to do it. Like introduce a different character from Andy that you feel like the movie's actually about, but like slowly along the way it's like triggering memories for Woody, and it's like you've been looking here the whole time, but actually, wait a second.
Right.
Something.
And it's so easy to just even imagine the scene where like Bonnie is like laying on the ground, looking underneath the shelf, and we can like see Forky laying there.
Right.
You know, sort of like face down, completely like inanimate.
Yeah.
And she'll grab it and be like, oh my gosh, you know, and like, you know, I can just like so imagine her like giving life to this little inanimate object.
Right, because she like Andy really plays with her toys.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think she gets home and introduces, you know, Forky to the crowd, and all of a sudden we have this element. We have this backstory. We have something that sort of like brings it back to the surface that gives the rest of them. And we've seen a little bit of that, like with Jessie, where you hear about like Jessie's original owner,
right?
You know, and everything that she went through, with her. So
exactly. Even Bonnie like taking something from the daycare and bringing it home is established in Toy Story 3 because like she finds Woody.
Right.
And like Bonnie almost has like special access there to where like, well, how could no one have found Forky for like, you know, whatever this 20-year gap is.
Right.
But like her mom works there, so she might be able to access places other kids can't.
Right.
And all it needs to be is like some like locked in the back of some drawer under like a tray or something. And
Or
like,
it could even be as basic as like they're renovating or something, and they're
Yeah.
there, and like they pull a desk away from a wall, and they're tucked behind it. Is
right, yeah. It's
you
like
know,
it's just a forgotten craft. Is
Right.
what it looks. That's what he looks like.
No, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, it's definitely something where you can. I feel like I remember that day of kindergarten
Yeah.
where we put googly eyes on something and made it into something else.
Right. Yeah.
So it totally makes sense. But I don't know. Yeah, I have no clue. I feel like I'm so holding on hope that it's an origin story.
I know. Like we made that video, and I just want some of it to be true. Like I doubt the story, even if it is a Toy Story B4 situation. I doubt it is the story of Toy Story 0 that we heard from Mike Mozart.
Where it's like polio. And,
Yeah, or it's polio. But it wouldn't surprise me if it's not far off.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, but then there's I wonder, like, could Woody, like, really die or something at the end? Like, that seems really possible. But
It seems possible, and maybe even, I don't know, like, would that be like a coming to terms with your own mortality thing? Like, I feel like it finishes an arc for the story, but I guess there's also even like a messaging thing involved with that. Like, how do you end the movie in that way to where everybody is both heartbroken but also at peace with it? Like, we have to
Right.
agree at the end that it is the best thing, and that everybody is okay with it, and that it's acceptable.
what if, okay, real dark, but also tear-jerkery craziness. What if Andy dies in the movie somehow? Like, wouldn't that, like, if they're like, because I think there is a road trip involved, so you could be like out and about. Like, if they like re-ran into him or something, or if like Woody did something, I don't know, to where like Bonnie goes to the funeral and like
no,
oh man,
like tearing up, like the idea of like Woody being left with Andy.